Hello everyone. Before the video starts, I just want to let you know that in the beginning, my voice is going to sound a little quiet and a less enthusiastic because I was kind of sick with a sore throat and stuffy nose when I was recording these. But it'll be a lot better towards the end. I want to record this because it's the start of a path of content creation that I've been wanting to pursue for a while, and I've been holding back on starting it. Mainly because of procrastination and thinking of what I should post. So I thought I could make this video the first step of many. I have a challenge for myself that can keep me busy for I say the rest of the year. I have completed only one Nuzlocke in my general time of playing Pokemon, and that was Pokemon Platinum. I have streamed it, and it was witnessed by some people, even a close friend of mine. So the challenge is that I have to complete a Nuzlocke every month. Before I can start a new one, I need to beat it, of course, and post it on my YouTube channel before I can move on to a different one. And of course, each game will be different every time. So that's all I really wanted to share with you guys, and I hope you guys liked the video, and I'll see you in the end. Hello everyone, I'm back with another video, and you already tell by the title, it involves an all-time favorite of mine, Pokemon, specifically FireRed. I have never played this version before. I haven't even played the first Pokemon Red and Blue. I never even played any Pokemon game until Pokemon Platinum on the DS. I then returned to playing it at Gen 7 and moved forward until Legend ZA. This is going to be a series of Nuzlockes because I want to give myself a challenge this year on my content creative path so that every month I'm going to be starting a Nuzlocke and hoping to finish it by the end of the month, but with different games every time. And I'll make it more challenging every time I complete one. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start off with the rules of the Nuzlocke for any newcomers, but for any fans of Pokemon that already know, you can skip it to this time to start the video. To start with the 3 basic rules, any Pokemon that faints must be released or boxed permanently. It is considered dead for the rest of the challenge. Only the first wild Pokemon encountered in a route or area can be caught. If that player fails to catch it, or if flees or faints, their opportunity to catch a Pokemon in that area is lost. Lastly, the player must nickname all Pokemon they catch or obtain. This is technically not part of the challenge and is not necessary, but it is universally accepted as part of a Nuzlocke. I'm also going to apply the duplicate and shiny clause. It's basically if I run into the same Pokemon in a different route, it doesn't count for the encounter. And if I run into a shiny Pokemon, I can catch it and use it if I already did an encounter on a past route. These are basically the standard rules for a Nuzlocke. And now that they are established, I will start my run. We go through the beginning of each Pokemon game of the introduction of the world of Pokemon with the professor talking. We are then introduced to our rival. I'll be naming the rivals differently in each new Nuzlocke game with people I know. So I'll start with Azaz in this one. I woke up in my room and left instantly to look for Professor Oak. He found me near the grass and talked to me, saying it was dangerous because I was going to go through the grass with no Pokemon. He asked me to follow back to his lab with Azaz already waiting there for us. After a brief talk, he told us that we can choose one of the 3 Pokemon as our starter. My choices were Cleffa, Rapidash, and Vibrava. I picked Vibrava and named a Sprite. Not sure why, but I went with it. Once that was done, Azaz wanted to pick a fight. I really thought I was going to win because type advantage, right? Yeah, I don't know how I screwed it up. Luckily, it hasn't started yet. I moved on and headed over to the Pokemon in Viridian City and picked up the parcel for Professor Oak. I headed back and gave it to him. In exchange, he gave me the Pokédex and 5 Pokeballs, and thus, my challenge has started. I thought that from here on out, I would get really far, right? Well, I headed over back to Route 1 for my first encounter, and I covered my eyes for a surprise. And boy, what a surprise that I got. I was not looking. I was gonna guess completely from the sound, but Mewtwo? That's my first encounter. I don't know what was going inside my mind when I saw this, and my first thought was, catch it. But I should have known better to catch a legendary this early with his catch rate, and should have just lost the encounter when I had the chance. But what did I do? Yeah, let's just say the post game came to me and ended it all. Did I just lose the first run? Yep. And how about I just start the next run? For the second run, I decided to randomize the ROM again to give different spawns. I went through the process of the intro, naming my rival, and choosing my starter. For my starters, this time, it was between Totodile, Ralts, and Wurmple. My choice was between Totodile or Ralts. This time I chose Totodile because I think it's optimal for the team. I also named them Chomps. It felt like it was a fitting name for him. I was able to beat Azaz this time, and not because he picked Wurmple for his starter. To fast forward this a little, after doing Professor Oak's parcel run and got the Pokeballs, I did manage to get a few additions to the team. Except for that Lunatone that Chomps hit him with a crit scratch on Route 1. But I did manage to get Matcha the Metapod on Route 22, Branch the Sudowoodo on Route 2, and Wander the Shuppet in the Viridian Forest. As I was going through the forest to get to the next area, I fought a trainer that left 2 of my members poisoned, Chomps and Branch. Unfortunately, I didn't have any antidote in my inventory. My only choice was to go back to the Pokemon Center, but by the amount of steps I would take, they would die. I checked my inventory if I had any potions to survive the steps, but I only had 1. It felt like it was an obvious choice on who to give the potion to, and if you haven't guessed, it's going to Chomps. Branch was good for a while, but if I want to make it through Brock, Chomps is the answer. And it felt like my connection to Branch wasn't that much close as being my starter Pokemon. I made it back to the Pokemon Center, healed up the team, I then accepted his fate, and I put him in the box. Before I continued, I went to the mart and bought some antidotes and potions just in case. I was able to go through the forest without any problems, and with that, I made it to Pewter City. I did some training for the team so they can be ready for the gym, but I should have trained only Chomps because he has a type advantage, and I could have trained the others later. I went to battle against the only gym trainer that was there, and during the battle, I realized I wasn't ready yet. I started with Chomps without him not knowing a water type move, which caused some battle difficulties. I was lucky because I used the potions that I bought and having Wonder on my team to be unaffected by their normal type attack moves. I slowly chipped away their health and eventually struggling it until 0 health. I went back to the wilds to train Chomps until he learned a water move, and once that happened, I went back to the gym and swept Brock's team, finally getting myself the Boulder Badge. I then fastly moved towards Route 3 where there was a whole bunch of trainers in the area. I wanted to get some levels from Matcha and Wonder. After in one of those battles, Matcha evolves into Butterfree. I continued on beating every trainer there and was able to reach the entrance of Mountain Moon. I also remembered my encounters here too as well. I obtained Pop the Furo on Route 4, the given trade by the NPC in the Pokemon Center by giving them 500 Pokédollars, and I got Derpy the Houndoom. And finally, my last encounter was Bamboo the Cascoon, which I found in Mount Moon. For most of my time here in Mount Moon, I was just leveling up my team around the same level, until another tragic struck. As I was trying to level up Pop, his contribution ended for the team from a wild Pidgeot. I'm not sure what to say for Pop because she hasn't been here very long and we literally just got her. She didn't really get the chance to do much. I mean, that's all I can really say, and just put her in the box right next to Branch and just press forward. I continued to level up my team until I was ready to move forward. Oh, and Chomps evolved too. Now that everyone is somewhat ready, I can move forward with Mount Moon. I should have realized that the trainers didn't have their teams randomized. I was able to tell what kind of Pokemon they have, and remembering what they had in the Let's Go Pikachu / Eevee game. While going through Mount Moon, I ran into some Team Rocket grunts, and I swept through them pretty easily. I got farther down to the point where we met the fossil scientist, and of course we ended up battling him to fight for his fossils. I chose the Dome Fossil, but it won't matter once I recover it, because it'll just be, you know, a different Pokemon. And for the rest of the journey, there was no problems. After getting out, I went into Route 4 and was able to obtain Kotsu the Togepi. There we go! I move on to the story by going to the bridge where I fought Azaz, the 5 trainers, and the Team Rocket Grunt in the end. I also then caught Digital the Porygon on Route 24, and Fiend the Sharpedo on Route 25.
Yes! Sharpedo!
I continued and I battled even more trainers for EXP along the route. And eventually I reached Bill's house to help him fix the Pokemon bottle situation he was in.
There we go.
He then thanked me for my help and gave me the ticket for the SS Ann.
SS ticket, there we go.
Okay. I went back to the grass area to train my team so I could be ready to fight Misty. Derby was the only Pokemon I couldn't use in this fight, so I had to use the ones that were resistant to water or neutral damage to it.
Oh, water pulse.
I got them up to level 18 and had no problem dealing with the gym trainer and Misty herself.
Oh my god.
Which resulted in me getting the Cascade Badge.
Cascade Badge.
I head out and expected to reach Route 5 for my next encounter, and when I thought it would be easier to have her on my team.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Venusaur was pretty tough and nearly wiped my team with poison and leech seed, but then ended up taking out Kotsu with her. To be honest, I was too frustrated to even care about Kotsu, since it was a friendship level evolution, and that could take forever in this game without no Soothe Bell. For the sake of the team, I decided just to lose the encounter. I had no more potions to keep up recovery, and don't want to lose another member. And again, I headed to the Pokemon Center to place Kotsu in the box with the others. I head to the Pokemart to buy more stuff like potions and antidotes. And then I skip my way forward towards Route 6. Which means another encounter. And what did I get this time? It better be something good. A seal? Hey, dang. And yeah, I caught it. Wouldn't want to waste this encounter. I'm not really happy about this because my next gym leader I'm fighting is Lieutenant Surge and his electric type Pokemon, which happens to be most of my team's biggest weakness. I'm saying this now because of what's going to happen later. To even have more problems, I went to dig a cave for my encounter, and I thought it wouldn't get any better. Dig a cave. Diglett? That's a Diglett. That's a Salamence! And it just gets worse. Yeah, I lost Wander. Oh, damn it. Wander? He was going to be a key player in beating Surge. But since he's gone now, Salamence needs to return the favor. Thank you. Oh my god. Well, I'm naming you Yonder. Wander over Yonder. Jesus. Thankfully, nothing else happened after that. I just headed over to Route 11 for another encounter. I believe I still have a chance because I have obtained Sphere the Voltorb. He'll be a decent chance for once I level it up. And I remember that you can get an old rod from this fisherman in this house. Now I'm able to get encounters in the cities that has water in them. I went outside, did the Vermilion encounter, and I got was the hell? Spinda. The heck? Well, I could use him because Swirl the Spinda. In preparation for the gym battle, I wanted to level up everyone I want to use against Surge. Derpy is the obvious choice, and Sphere...
God damn, ridiculous sphere.
Yeah, never mind. I continued to get money and XP on the SSN until eventually I had to fight Zaz, and I swept them as usual. I got the cut TM from the captain and trained until the team was around the same level. With no difficulty at all, I got myself the Thunder Badge.
The Thunder Badge. Oh shit.
Moving towards the gym, I got myself some pretty good catches on the way there.
Not looking.
First, I got Ira, the Dragonair, on Route 9.
Not looking.
Ran into Larvitar on Route 10, but had no catch there.
Oh, God damn it.
No!
Oh.
Inside Rock Tunnel,
Let's
I got myself...
What if I heard that before?
Oh my god, this is insane. Omni, the Metagross. Throughout Rock Tunnel, I didn't use Flash here because I don't want any of my members to learn it. And I looked up a map for it as well. Once I reached Lavender Town, I fought Azaz inside the Pokemon Tower and had no problem as usual. I then found Arba the Abra on Route 8.
Alright, cool.
Abra. I finally made it to Celadon City. I didn't do much there yet besides getting my other encounters. I got Good the Slugma on Route 7. Sheldon the Omastar on Route 16.
There we go. Oh my god.
I found Mudlord the Marshtomp in the classroom on top of the building in the city. And Fish Twiggy the Bellsprout in the small pond in the city too. I just realized that Marshtomp was my gift encounter, but if you think Twiggy shouldn't be caught and used, let me know in the comments. So I thought I was going to end it here, but I gave it a second thought and just continue until reaching Fuchsia City. I went to Erica's gym right away, and I wanted to battle every gym trainer there, mainly for the XP. I used Matcha and Omni for the fights mainly because I didn't think Derpy's Ember would be enough, and even though he had Fire Blast too, I wanted to share the spotlight with the other members. I had beaten every trainer there, and all there is left is Erica herself. Also,
Sleeping.
if you hadn't noticed, I have been speeding up the battles / encounters because I wanted to get through this quickly and use up less recording to save my storage until the video is done. Just like the last 3 gyms, I had no problem at all and easily obtained the Rainbow Badge. And yes, I did use Derpy for her last 2 Pokemon. I really thought I was going to use Matcha here, but looks like I didn't. I almost forgot where to go next, and in my mind, it was either Pokemon Tower or the Team Rocket base under the casino. For some reason, my mind thinking it was the Pokemon Tower, but I needed the Silph Scope from the base to proceed in the Pokemon Tower. But I did remember about getting the tea from the old lady in Celadon to give to one of the passage officers that connects to Saffron City. Once I realized my mistake on where to go, I quickly swooped in Team Rocket's base and found Giovanni to get the Silph Scope.
The scope.
I then finally head back to Lavender Town to climb up Pokemon Tower and end up catching for the FireRed for my encounter. Nothing too big happened here besides beating up more Team Rocket grunts and rescuing Mr. Fuji.
Pokeflute. Ooh.
He gave me the Pokeflute and I went down to Route 12 to wake up the sleeping Snorlax that was blocking the route, which also happens to be my encounter. And if you would believe it,
Oh, wait, it's my encounter.
I thought having one of the legendary birds would be insane. I thought I would lose my big team here for trying to catch it, but I believe in miracles.
That's fucking crazy. There's no he actually got that. There's no fucking way.
I happily welcome Zap the Zapdos to the team, but it did come at a cost of catching it, and it was the life of Digital the Porygon. I say he had a good run. Helped out when times were tough, like against Surge, bad encounters, and getting out in a pinch. He was a great use for the team, and his spirit will live on in Zap, just like Wander with Yonder. I returned to the nearest Pokemon Center to put Digital in the box and then add Zap to the party. I then restocked on potions, status heals, and Pokeballs too. I went through Route 12 easily and found Suma the Blossom on Route 13. Picked up Puff the Swinub on Route 14, and then lastly Ragnar the Ghastly on Route 15. For the rest of the time, all I did was get XP and then summarize what I just finished for the first part of the video. This has been hell of a journey for this first episode, and I guess I summarized it pretty short because people would know this story already, and I try my best to explain it for any new people / watchers, and including most of the important parts like who I catch, who I lost, and where I'm at in the story. So in the next video, we'll show how much farther I can get, and that's if I do well or not. I'll do my best to keep up the videos and see what I can do better to make them more interesting. Well, that's really all I have to say for now. I hope you guys liked the video. Leave a like or a comment down below. If you'd like to know when I post the next part, please subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one.